That's when I did a Smackdown review, but pretty much tonight kicking off with Seth Rollins talking about that everybody lives a fast-paced life and that everyone, well, their lives are slow and everything, and how he beat Randy Orton last Monday to become champion, pretty much taking him out. Pretty much taking Randy Orton out Monday, and he's a champion, so he's greater than Michael Jordan pretty much, and that he talked about John Cena, about accepting the challenge against him at SummerSlam, and how he broke John Cena's nose, how he's a coward, how he wanted to do nothing, and he was even discussed what Daniel Bryan did and on tough enough. But everybody has failed. It beat Seth Rollins. Lesnar has failed. Cena has failed. Neville has failed. Nobody can beat him, so you call him a hero and everything, but he's nothing and stuff. Until Neville came out and talked about said yes, he broke John Cena's nose, but he's already beaten you. Or you would have lost to Orton also Monday, and I would have won if he didn't kick out of that red arrow. The red arrow. But Ron was talking about Neville, said you're small, you got Napoleon complex. Get out, you lost. Cesaro came out and pretty much said you guys go on and on and on, which I guess is a new catchphrase now, and chanted. The fans chanted. Kevin Owens was talking, when Cesaro was talking about him, Kevin Owens attacked Cesaro from behind, and Neville hit the, Seth Rollins hit the buckle bomb on Neville in the ring, which they gave Neville a t-shirt now, I see, so it's kind of cool. So the promo was alright. Charlotte went against Naomi. It was actually a better match than last week, because after that horrible finish last week on Smackdown with the roll-up, it was horrible, but nobody didn't really botch this week, and Charlotte won the match with the figure 8 move. So it was a pretty good match, I'll say that. Oakland actually put on a really good match. Hold on a second. Sorry, I had to check something, but pretty much that. It was actually a pretty good match, I'll say that. Pretty much they also talked about Neville and Stephen Mill go against Stardust and Wade Barrett at SummerSlam next week. Ryback came out talking about he was back from a staph infection, which really looked horrible. Some people call it karma for what he did to CM Punk, but talked about he was going to finish the job at SummerSlam and take out both The Miz and the Big Show in a triple threat match for the title. So it was a good promo from him, I'll say that. But he looked okay, and I guess the staph infection is pretty much cleared now. The Wyatts came out, Harper and Bray Wyatt, as they cut a promo talking about what family do you come from, because I come from the devil's hand, he says. And pretty much Bray Wyatt grabbed the mic saying like, SummerSlam, I bring my brother, you bring your lunatic with you. And so Ambrose came out and got on the mic and says, we don't care anything you really have to say. And Roman Reigns came out and pretty much doing this whole thing with his fist. As Reigns went against Luke Harper, the match pretty much went off as a DQ because Wyatt got involved. And they pretty much brawled out in and out of the ring for several minutes until the Wyatts retreated. And the Shield, well, I like to call this mini Shield versus mini Wyatt feud at before SummerSlam, pretty much. So they brawled with each other until Ambrose and Reigns were still in the ring. Sheamus came out, with Sheamus in the back talking about Orton. Said Orton ruined my opportunity and everything. I could have been the champion Monday. And he said he's going to bro kick Randy Orton, as he says, and take him out. I'll say that. So the Sheamus promo was alright, I guess. But he said he was coming after Randy Orton. Primetime players when it's New Day, which I still like that. Hey, we want some New Day. Primetime players beat them, and pretty much Los Matadores and the Lucha Dragons were out there looking at each other, just got in the ring and looked at the Primetime players, even though matches, this whole whatever Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match is weird anyways. And pretty much in the main event, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens went against Neville and Cesaro, like ROH if you ask me right there. pretty much Rollins and them got the win, a clean win, might I say, by getting the tights on Cesaro winning the match. And pretty much after the match, then Cesaro and Neville pretty much took out Kevin Owens when Seth Rollins got out of there, hit the swing, and then hit the Red Arrow to end off the show with. So it was a good show. It was alright. Nothing really out of the ordinary. So it was a good little bit of mostly a tag team in the main event most of the time anyway. So it was alright. But it's really from 1 week away from SummerSlam, and I gotta remember NXT live special in Brooklyn will be next week also. And I gotta say, Kevin Owens, he's gotta work double duty next week. He's gotta fight for the NXT Championship, and he's got a match with Cesaro at SummerSlam. But I guess I can say, going through down the matches for be it SummerSlam, which some people are happy and not happy for. Well, of course, we know the main event will be Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker, so the dead man can get his little revenge back, which people aren't really happy with. Seth Rollins versus John Cena for the U.S. title and the WWE title. Ryback versus Big Show versus Miz for the Intercontinental title. Cesaro versus Kevin Owens. I like to call this mini Shield versus mini Wyatt family. Harper and Wyatt versus Ambrose and Reigns. Or we'll just say the Shield versus the Wyatt family. And we also have the Primetime Players versus the Lucha Dragons versus the New Day versus the Los Matadors in a 4-way match for the tag team titles. Green Arrow, Stephen Amell, and Adrian Neville versus Stardust and Wade Barrett. And the last match on the card I see is PCB, I guess, for Paige, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch versus the Bellas and Alicia Fox versus Team Bad, Naomi, Sasha Banks, and Tamina. So that'll be for that. And I guess you can say for the NXT live special in Brooklyn, you have Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens for the NXT Championship, Sasha Banks versus Bayley for the Women's Championship, NXT Women's Championship, Blake and Murphy versus the Vaudevillains for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Jushin Thunder Liger will be making his NXT debut, or WWE debut, finally, I guess, versus Tyler Breeze, and Samoa Joe versus Baron Corbin. So, both shows have some good cards. Some people wonder who's going to be to have the better show. Will SummerSlam have the better show, or NXT in Brooklyn have this better show? I'm not sure. Usually NXT puts on better shows than have the WWE pay-per-views anyways nowadays, but maybe this will be good. It's SummerSlam, so hopefully this isn't too crappy. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Make sure you watch Raw Monday with the Undertaker and Brock Lesnar be on there 1 week away from SummerSlam. People that will be live reacting. It's going to be some hard time traveling, getting there. But I'll see you guys later. Peace.